Alright, last we left off, we were doing supports. Let's continue these up. And then finish up the month. Or, well, pre-combat for the month. Let's start things off with something special. Oh, whoops. With, Dimitri. Dimitri and who, though? Dimitri and Felix should be interesting. They've been super antagonistic to each other. How will things change now that Dimitri's come back from the brink?
I have a question for you. Answer quickly before my hand slips and I cut you in half.
Jeez, Felix. Coming out hard.
Always so ominous. Well, what is it, Felix?
I mean, Dimitri, out of all people, I don't think you've lost the right to criticize someone for that.
Sometimes you have an animal's face, contorted with anger and bloodlust. At other times, a man's with a friendly smile.
Yeah, it has become very distinct for all of us to see. Felix finally wants to know why that is.
Which is your true face?
Or that.
Do not waste your breath on questions with such obvious answers. They are both the real me.
Yep. Two sides of the same Dimitri.
My father, my friends, Glenn, they all meant a great deal to me.
And something snapped when they all died.
And they were all brutally slaughtered. I alone survived. If I do not shoulder the anguish and regret they must have felt, who will?
A very horrible form of survivor's guilt. Seems to be what Dimitri suffers from.
So that's how you justify your atrocities.
That and just, the trauma someone has to suffer seeing everyone you care about brutally slaughtered right in front of you as a little kid. It has to do numbers to someone's psyche.
What do you mean?
I will fulfill my duty to the late king. My old man used to say that over and over like a mantra.
Yep, and Felix hates it so much.
How nauseating. No one seems to understand. The dead won't acknowledge your loyalty. They don't care.
Yep, that is fundamentally... especially for someone like Dimitri, this is something he needs to hear.
What a load of bunk it is, pretending to serve a corpse. You're serving your own ego.
Yeah, the whole grieving process is more for you than the dead.
You are wrong.
No, I'm not. The dead are dead. The living are living. You have to respect that boundary. If you keep stringing gravestones around your neck, you'll snap.
This is actually something he's a little bit abrasive about it, but I think I largely agree with Felix on this issue.
Even still, I cannot forget them, nor can I let them go.
Then keep those thoughts to yourself.
No, he perhaps takes it a bit too far.
If you're too weak to do that, abandon your throne. Become a gravekeeper.
Of course, Dimitri needs the tough love.
Felix.
I'm not immune to emotion, you know. Far from it.
Yeah. I imagine the, death of his brother hit him hard.
I haven't gone a day without questioning why my father and brother had to die, while I survived. I'll bear this pain until the day I die, but I refuse to wallow in it. I have more important things to do than blubber for my whole life.
I guess that's his, own form of grieving.
You know, Felix, you really are growing more and more like your brother. Always so sarcastic and constantly looking for a fight. But deep inside, more than anyone, you...
What are you getting at?
That you're like your brother.
Oh, it's nothing. But allow me to thank you. Your perspective has opened my eyes.
That's nice. I always thought that Felix was the perfect one to, you know, at least help Dimitri see the folly of his ways.
Not my intention. I couldn't stand the pathetic look on your face, that's all.
There's tsundere Felix
I see.
that we know and love.
If you say so, then we will leave it at that.
Considering how much he disliked him at first, it's interesting that Dimitri and Felix have a shared ending. Alright, Dedu and... that's gonna be a special one, Dedu and Annette. Oh, this one is gonna be special too. Shoot. Let's go. Let's go Ingrid and Sylvain.
Hey Ingrid, how are you? I mean, what are you? Are you, off to train again?
Someone's flustered, Sylvain.
No, I'm headed to town to buy supplies. But I'll be training after that, naturally. Why?
Do you finally see her as something beyond a childhood friend?
Oh, I just thought you looked serious as ever. I guess that part of you hasn't changed.
Of course it hasn't. I am as I ever was.
That you are, Ingrid.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess you're right.
It's fun to see Sylvain flustered every now and then.
You're being weird. Have you always been this weird and I just never noticed?
I mean, yes, but did you not notice? I feel like you did notice.
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't think so. By the by, have you, fallen for anybody recently?
Sylvain.
Don't be ridiculous. What are you even bumbling on about?
Just wants to know if you're still available.
Well, everyone's been talking about how you got really, pretty. Just, all of a sudden.
Yep. Seeing that person you grew up with, in a whole new light.
Oh, you must be referring to the makeup. It's not a big deal or anything, just experimenting.
Feels like this is actually ties in really well to some of her other supports.
I'm still learning. Did I mess something up?
Huh? No, I think it looks good. You did surprisingly well. I mean, considering that it's you.
Ooh, wrong approach, Sylvain.
Very funny. But I must say, I'm a bit surprised.
Taking it in stride, at least.
It's unlike you to stumble over yourself this much.
Yep.
What? No, I'm not. I'm just, curious about why. All of a sudden.
Why what? Why I'm wearing makeup?
Guess she wants to. Or, well, really, because, let's see, was it Annette or was it Mercy? One of them, kind of forced her into it at first. But it seems she's taken to it of her own accord.
I'm still guessing it's for a guy. If I had to try and guess what sort of guy, I suppose I'd say... Felix? No, wait. I'm forgetting the royal line. Dimitri would be a way better catch.
Not everyone is trying to, marry up necessarily.
Wow, way to make assumptions.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. Would Felix be awkward, considering, her and Glenn? I don't know.
Is it one of the knights? If it's not them... Wait, could it be me?
Very presumptuous of you. But is it?
Don't make me hurt you.
No need for violence. It was just a joke. I mean...
Are you sure it was a joke, Sylvain?
It's not a joke that you're beautiful, but I wasn't trying to hit on you or anything. Promise.
He knows she'd kick his ass.
Beautiful, huh?
He runs away. Oh, Ingrid. She's grown into a fine young woman. Wow, we really leave it off. With Sylvain running away flustered. After calling Ingrid beautiful, that is That's nice. That's interesting. I suppose in their shared ending that he eventually manages to confess his feelings. Well. Let's go Marianne and Dimitri.
Spared again.
Oh God.
So it would seem. I told you that you were extraordinarily lucky.
I don't like hearing her talk about surviving battle as being spared. Oh jeez. Especially considering what she prays for. Or prayed for. Don't know if she still does post time skip.
Sometimes I think that must be true. But why me?
Because you're just, well, in actuality because just luck, but because you're wonderful.
Is this the
and
goddess's
deserving.
way of telling me to make something of myself?
Let's go with that.
There are so many others who are much more deserving of life.
Nonsense.
I often think the same of myself, especially after battles where many lives were lost. But I must go on living. I cannot give in to death so readily.
Good. Never give in.
It is my duty to atone
Never
for
surrender.
my sins and to pay for the lives I've taken. I suppose
Yeah.
that must be why the goddess allows me to live on.
Marianne's situation is a little bit different, even though she probably views it somewhat similar.
Is there a reason she allows me to live?
Because you've done nothing wrong in your entire life, Marianne.
Only you can know that. But I
Well.
believe there is a reason.
At least that I know of.
Marianne, life is difficult.
I love seeing Dimitri console Marianne.
It is a burden. It feels terrible to continue standing when so many others had to fall.
Yeah.
If that is so, then carry on as you are. There is no need for you to force yourself to smile as your soul bleeds.
Aww.
But please, whatever you do, do not give up on yourself or your precious life.
Thank you, Dimitri. He's right, Marianne.
What do you mean?
If you were to die, I would be devastated.
Aw.
You never have been easy to read.
There's that beautiful, happy smile.
Is that so?
Everyone says that I need to cheer up.
Alright, but just hearing that isn't. It's not as easy as simply just cheering up, is it?
But you may be the first person to tell me not to. Your
That's
life
true.
must also be difficult for you to understand my position.
Yeah. Kind of makes this, makes me really like a potential shared ending for them.
So it is. I often feel I am not strong enough to live it.
It's unfortunate how many times you'd have to replay this game to get all the shared endings.
I think our difficulties have brought us closer together.
Yeah, I think I'd say that's a safe bet.
Do you?
Is that Dimitri blushing? Have you ever seen him do that?
Absolutely. Please, Dimitri, promise you'll live through this war and long after.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do with myself if we lost you.
Aw.
As long as you are carrying on, I have yet another reason to carry on myself.
And they can support each other through life's difficulties and their mutual hardships.
I promise to the goddess of Fodlan that I will never give you cause to despair.
Good. That was just sweet. Ah, so sweet. Like 10 sugars in my coffee sweet. Maybe even sweeter than that. Let's go Ingrid and Dimitri next.
Finally, you score a point against me on the ground. You
Oh,
have improved, Ingrid.
impressive, Ingrid. Dimitri's no fool when it comes to head-to-head or lance-to-lance combat.
That was nothing more than a fluke. My technique was horribly sloppy that last round.
Don't see yourself short.
It does not matter what sort of technique it was. You won. If this had been a real battle, I would be dead. You wielded your lance well, without any hesitation. Has your approach changed?
Probably learned by looking at you.
You may recall when I said I'm now able to move on. Because of you.
I remember. What did you mean by it?
That I finally understand a truth about Glenn.
Oh? And which truth might that be?
It sounds as though he died with a heavy heart. A heart that carried regret.
Yeah. Despite the romanticism, dying in that way is bound to leave regret.
I had suspected as much. But instead of acknowledging it, I twisted my memory of him to fit an ideal I've been upholding.
Yep.
I see.
Your Highness, I will not sacrifice my life for anyone.
Well,
But perhaps instead, I can live my life for someone.
I like that. No. I think a lot of people... It's not bad to have someone you're willing to give your life for. Examples being a parent for their child. That kind of thing. Everyone has someone they... Well, a lot of people would have someone they care enough, deeply enough for that would be an okay sacrifice to make.
I will pledge my life to you.
And how exactly am I meant to interpret that?
Yeah, Ingrid. I mean, a knight's pledge?
However you please, Your Highness.
Oh. Oh, damn. Dimitri, ball's in your court.
Oh? Well then. Ingrid, when this is all over, I want you to...
He's getting interrupted by something. Oh, no.
to support and defend me. As my knight.
Couldn't go through that, huh?
I have been thinking of telling you this for a long time. We get along well, you and I.
I think she would love... I mean, that's, from what I have gathered from her character, is her goal in life to become a knight. I think she would love that.
As your knight. Yes, of course.
You know, we could kill two birds with one stone here. You need to save your family and do your duty for your family, right? And save them from their financial troubles. You also want to be a knight. Well, you could be his night wife. Wife knight?
Of course I will. I intended to do so for the sake of the kingdom. Together, Your Highness. You and I. Our first order of business. Putting this tragic war to an end.
That we can agree on. It would make a good pair.
Yes. And while we're at it...
Not my favorite pairing of all the possibilities. Just there's some really damn good ones. But, it's a good one.
Do not die on me, Ingrid. Promise me that.
Yes, Your Highness. I swear it on my lance.
And my axe. And my bow. Says Ash, popping in. That was nice. Alright. And now, the two best, probably, I assume. I think Annette and Ash is going to be so freaking sweet that we're going to end on that one. Dedue and Annette's going to be really sweet too, I think, but just considering that they are the two most wholesome, just puppy dog characters of the group, I'll save that one for last.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
What happened? Did you burn something?
What is it, Annette?
If I remember right, he was teaching you to cook?
I completely forgot that it's
Oh.
my turn for kitchen duty today.
It always sucks when you remember you have a responsibility last minute.
Huh? Did you do all the kitchen prep already?
Aw. That was nice of him.
Kitchen duty is mine today.
Oh.
What? But, oh, did I get the day wrong?
Yes, yours is tomorrow.
Aw.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow, I really am something else.
Did something similar like that happen in another recent-ish support? Someone thought it was their turn to do something. Turned out it was the next day. They had the day wrong. It might have even been kitchen duty again. No, I don't think it was kitchen duty.
These things happen.
Yeah. I always having to remind myself what day it is.
Is something funny?
Oh, no, I was just happy.
Aw.
So you probably already know this, but my uncle is really strict.
Yeah, I gathered that. He did seem like a nice guy, though. Put in a hard place.
He wanted me to be perfect at cooking, studying, cleaning, washing, everything really.
All important life skills, to be sure.
He said if I wasn't perfect, as a knight's daughter, I'd be devaluing my crest.
Oof. Well, that's not a good reason.
Whenever I messed up, he looked so mad. And he'd sigh like he just lost his faith in humanity.
Oh, jeez.
That is harsh.
Yeah, harsh is about right to do.
Oh, I know he loved me and all. He was just kind of scary. But you've helped me out and been patient with me without getting mad.
Yeah. Dedue is a real bro.
I'm just so happy. Thank you, Dedue.
Super nice. Just a good guy.
I have hardly done anything.
You say that, but
You know what? You remind me of my father.
oof. Well, hopefully the good traits of your father.
Of Gilbert.
You look scary at first glance, but you're actually really kind.
I guess I can see it.
Is that so?
Oh, right. Let me help you with something, if that's okay with you.
I've always thought Dedue had kind eyes, despite his very stern face.
What are you cooking today? Hopefully I can chip in.
It is a meat dish from Fargus.
Oh,
I'm still a complete klutz, so I'm not gonna be in the way, am I?
I'm sure he can make do.
Not at all.
And by make do, I mean, you know, give you something you're more than capable of doing to help out.
I was hoping that the food I made would bring a smile to your face.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Oh, wow. That's...
Oh, Dedue.
Well then, I can't wait for dinner time.
Good.
Ah, see that right there? Those eyes. So kind. Alright. The big one. Probably, I assume.
almost forgot how spooky this place
Where
is.
are you?
I don't know if I can do
Oh!
this alone.
I think I remember this. This place, this dark building you're in.
No, I've got to. What use am I to anyone if I can't even handle an empty tower?
Well, there's nothing wrong with being scared of the dark, Ash. Everyone's got their fears,
Here goes.
and the dark is a very natural one.
The doll from my father must be in there. But I'm too scared to go looking for it.
Aw.
Annette!
Oh, did you find it?
Ash, what are you doing here?
Oh, here, I got this for you.
That's why he was in there. That's right, because wasn't that what they were looking for last time? Aw.
My doll!
Or no, she dropped it last time, I think. Maybe, I forget.
You went back for it? But why?
Because he's just as sweet as you. And probably cares for you.
Your father gave it to you. I know you said you'd throw it away, but you can't just toss out something
Aw.
so important.
Ash. Thank you.
He's beaming.
I'm so happy. To be honest, I didn't have the courage to go back in there to get it myself. But thanks to you, I didn't have to.
What are friends for?
And you're afraid of ghosts, right? Were you okay in there all by yourself?
He was scared, but he had courage and he overcame that fear. Pushed himself forward despite of it.
Well, not really. I tried my best not to think about it. My legs shook whenever I did.
Oh, poor Ash. You're safe now, I promise.
Annette's here to protect you.
Knock it off, would you? I'm okay now.
She'll blast those ghosts away with her wind magic.
But I'm glad I could help you and see a smile on your face.
Yeah. Both of your smiles are probably the two sweetest. And that's high praise considering some of the smiles that we see in this game. They're definitely S-tier smiles, for sure.
Look at me, though. A grown man, scared of ghosts. Pathetic, right?
I mean, Alois is as well, and he's like twice your age.
No, I don't think that at all. I think you're something special, Ash.
Aw.
You were really brave, and all for me.
Yeah. It was very sweet.
That wasn't an easy thing to do. I'm in awe of you.
Thanks. Maybe there is still hope for me as a knight.
I think there absolutely is.
Yes, I'll gladly attest to that. I'm sure you'll be a splendid knight. Maybe you'll even outdo my father.
I think you will.
Well, that's a frightening thought, comparing me to someone like Gilbert.
Yeah. He is quite the knight.
But it's a happy one, too. It makes me want to work that much harder.
Good. That's where we end, huh? Some of the... I've noticed that these ones seem less explicitly romantic than some of the ones we got in other classes. That's interesting. They still have the some of them still have the romantic undertones, but not nearly as explicit. Well, that done, let's go ahead and explore. Hello, Abyss Keeper.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report.
Yeah?
I hear there was a huge battle recently. Glad to see you made it back safe and sound.
Yeah, me too. I was glad when I make it back safe and sound.
Maybe there's life after death, or maybe that's just a bunch of pretty words. Either way, we should live like our time here is all we've got.
Good advice, Abyss Keeper. Fantastic advice, in fact.
Pardon me.
Yes, got a wager, huh?
Got a wager for you. My friend says there's twice as many women in Abyss as men. You think he's right?
No, there aren't as few men as that.
Good eye. You win. Here, have a little something.
It'd be incredibly unusual for that for the ratio to be that bad. I appreciate the mithril, though. What do we got? Someone's sick. Ah, Balthus.
Get this, pal. I swung by the training ground and ran into that Dimitri guy.
Yeah?
Haven't seen him in ages. He seems less rabid, but he's still too damn serious. It's depressing.
Well, baby steps, Balthus. Baby steps.
I challenged him to a brawl, hoping for a quick knockout. Didn't work out that way. We went at it for quite a while. He's a tough one.
Man, you managed to survive in a fight against him? Congratulations. Go ahead. Congratulations are in order, Balthus. You should have invited me.
True. The two of us could have taken him down, no problem.
Probably not what I meant, but
Between you and me, the man is stunning in battle. Nearly on par with myself. But the ladies can't get enough.
sure thing, Balthus. If it helps us sleep at night, we can pretend that you are a match for Dimitri. Ah, Yuri.
We've come so far. I hate that we're headed to the kingdom capital now.
Yeah? Why?
But it's not like we have much choice. We don't have the numbers to face the Empire head on.
If only someone had, brought that up earlier before we marched into the Empire. Oh, wait.
So we've just gotta shut it and deal.
See you around, Yuri. Gotta go find Happy. See if she's being, see if Happy is happy. How happy are you, Happy?
If we're going to the kingdom capital, that means I'll run into the lady who, well...
Right. The working theory being that it was Cornelia. Your old archenemy.
Well, that's a bit much. I'm not nearly pompous enough to call anyone my archenemy.
I mean, fair enough. You're not a pompous person.
We'll just have to see what happens when I meet her face to face.
Yeah. Hey, Constance. Watching the same river you always watch, I see.
It's a shame that our path is taking us far from the Imperial capital, but I don't feel too badly about it.
Yeah?
It takes us closer to the Ferdiad School of Sorcery, where I explored many branches of study.
That's right. You weren't there with Annette, were you?
This way, I can repay my debt to the teachers who gave me such invaluable guidance.
I mean, you're not self-taught? See you around, Constance. How did I miss that one? I'm going crazy. Oh, there it is. It's just a resident.
I hear there was a pretty spectacular battle up there recently, but we don't hear a lot about that stuff. There was a lot of talk when it first started, but 5 years on, it's just a fact of life.
Oh, you're talking about the when the Empire assaulted the monastery?
What? There have been lots of battles on the surface recently? I hadn't heard. See what I mean?
Yeah, there's a war going on, buddy. It's almost like you'd think he was living under a rock for the last 5 years. Heh. Because kind of was. What you doing here, Caspar?
Can you believe it, Professor? Dimitri actually apologized to me.
Good. I like to see he's making the effort.
Remember that awful business between him and my Uncle Randolph?
Yeah.
He just came by and said he was sorry for all that.
That's good. Though, Randolph was already dead. Randolph and Flesha were already dead. So it's a little late, but...
That was behind us as far as I was concerned. But even so...
Yeah, even so, it's still good. Hopefully he won't go and murder your father, too.
It seems like he's changed for the better.
I agree. I definitely agree there. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, well, I guess I'm better in brawling now.
Oh, yeah.
Cyril? What's you doing out here? Just looking at the tree? Looking at the view? It's a good view.
Guess what I noticed? I can see further than most other people can see.
Is that why you're an archer?
But I can't figure the point of seeing further than an arrow can fly, since I can't shoot what I see.
Well, we could get you a better bow. You could detect enemy movements in advance.
I suppose I could see a whole horde of enemies coming and run away. That's kind of useful, at least.
Or it allows you to plan and react better.
Thanks, Professor. I think I get it now. I'm gonna put my eyes to real good use.
Yeah. Of course, the other thing is also useful. They find targets quicker. Granted, this is, you know, medieval style combat, so really it's probably you're gonna be firing in a volley.
Definitely.
Knight?
After that great battle earlier, the balance of power in Fodlan has shifted greatly. To get revenge for all our fallen friends, we'll have to stake our lives on the fight that lies before us.
Good, because this is the fight to retake your home. Shamir, how you doing? Anything to report? Any spies? Anything like that?
So we're turning around and heading for the kingdom capital? Ridiculous. Tell him to cease this nonsense.
This is one of the few times I disagree with you, Shamir.
Isn't there a saying in Fodlan? Something about those with power knowing how to use it? If he's not careful, the goddess will send her saints to smite him. Not that I believe that.
I think we're safe on that front. Don't think, I don't think Seteth and Flane are in the mood to smite anybody. Indek and Macul are both off doing their own thing. But actually, I think we might actually be doing Index soon.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Hello, Knight.
Up until a few decades ago, Ferdiad was a disorderly city. Even the water supply was poorly constructed. As such, it was a hotbed of sickness and disease.
Oof. Yeah, probably cholera, amongst others.
The late king hired a researcher named Cornelia, who advised that he give top priority to improving the city's infrastructure.
So that's where Cornelia came from. She was a researcher acting as a civil architect.
In the space of just a few years, the city was transformed into a place of beauty and order.
Interesting. I wonder why she wanted to help improve the city's design. Out of the goodness of her heart? Or perhaps it's just to curry favor and improve her position.
At the same time, the diseases that had plagued our land loosened their grip, one after another. It was miraculous.
I mean, yeah, you cleaned up your water.
I see.
Each of you talking to knights, not each other. Interesting.
I agree that we should head for Ferdiad, but let's not forget our search for Lady Rhea.
Of course, of course.
The soldiers from the church are going to set up a base at the Great Bridge of Murden.
That's probably good. Make it easier too, we don't lose all our gained ground.
They'll be able to keep up the search while we head for the kingdom capital.
Or that. Not gonna find anything, but... I mean, if Lady Rhea was outside a stronghold, I think she would have turned up already. Annette?
The kingdom capital. It's been way too long since I was there last.
Yeah? How long?
Oh, Professor, I didn't mean,
It's not that I'm looking forward to it or anything.
No, it's okay. You can look forward. I mean, the kingdom is your home. And I don't know exactly what city you lived in, but you don't have to hide it.
Please don't tease me like that.
Aw, no teasing intended this time in it.
It's just, when I think of us finally saving everyone in Ferdiad, it makes me a little happy. Okay, maybe a lot happy.
Understandable.
The kingdom capital is under the tight control of Cornelia, who was ennobled by the Empire.
Oh, right, she didn't gain her position prior to Edelgard's ascent, did she?
Judging by what we heard from Lord Rodrigue, it sounds like she's a tyrant.
Yeah.
But all of that ends soon. Let's get there quickly.
Of course, in it. Get there at the end of the month. Let's see. Ferdinand von Eyre, how are you doing?
Dimitri hated the Empire with a fiery passion. At Gronder, driven by fury, he sent many good knights to their doom.
That he did. That he very much did.
Now he appears to be freed from that hatred.
Which is a very good thing.
If he can make thoughtful decisions, unswayed by his emotions, he may make a fine king someday.
I agree. If we could have the old, you know, his personality pre-Edelgard reveal, I think that personality, that version of Dimitri would make a fine king. Kings are only human. Kings can't have feelings. Kings are only human.
No, they are not. A king must strive to be a king first and a human second.
I half expected that something like that as a response. Gatekeeper.
Professor?
Sneak up on him. Boo!
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Oh, that's good. Did I get you?
Ferdiad is a city with a long history that goes back to before Fargus gained its independence. I'd like to visit that place at least once before I die, but I'm afraid I have my own work to attend to. It's hard being so dedicated.
Well, I'm glad you are. Where would this gate be without you keeping it?
Ah, well. I'll go there for some leisurely sightseeing once Fodlan knows peace.
And you will have earned the break. In fact, how much leave do you want? When was the last time you took your leave? I'll give you a year if you want it. After this is all over. I might even go with you. Byleth X Gatekeeper. There's the shared ending we really need.
Right. A class reunion on the battlefield?
Yeah.
That's bleak. That must have been so hard on everyone.
Yeah. My only solace is that it seems Claude survived.
You gotta keep looking after them all. I mean, they still look to you for guidance, you know?
Yeah, they do. Anna. I guess give me another rank of bow. What is Cornelia up to?
If you manage to take back Ferdiad, it'll make it a bit easier for us to do business. Taxes in the Fargus dukedom are ridiculously high. Makes it hard to even think about trading.
I wonder why Cornelia would have imposed excessive tariffs.
That Cornelia woman. What does she use that ample tax money for anyway?
I don't know.
From the Empire's perspective, I suppose it makes sense to squeeze the former kingdom territories for all they're worth.
I suppose. Oh no, because Edelgard's goal isn't to squeeze Fodlan. It's to, in her mind at the very least, liberate it from the church.
But if they throw those territories into total ruin, doesn't that defeat the purpose of conquering them?
Yeah. Suppose it's a balance. Who's sitting on the pier? Random soldier?
The fish in this pond get fed every day, so they're swimming all lazy and serene.
Yep, just waiting for us to catch them.
But the only reason they're kept here is so that they can one day be used for food.
It's smart, I think.
But the fish don't know that, so they just swim around happily.
Yeah. I don't think the fish want to, I think they're happier. Probably this way.
It's a bit of a miserable thought, but aren't soldiers much the same?
I don't know. That doesn't seem quite right.
Unbelievable.
Bernie, my girl, how you doing? Hiding away from the war?
It's always so peaceful coming back here.
Yeah.
But it's hard to relax knowing we have to go out on another expedition again so soon.
Well, you have a few weeks to relax, Bernie. Trust me, that's considering there's a war going on, that's pretty damn good.
And now we're headed to the kingdom? That sounds hard. Oh, really hard, don't you think?
You'll be fine. It's going to be tough. We'll be fine.
Of course you'd say that. Why'd I even ask?
I won't let anything happen to you, Bernie. Don't worry. Aw, poor girl. Being crushed by the weight of what's happening. Hi, Scythia.
I'm relieved the prince seems to have finally come to his senses.
Yeah. Me too, Lysithia. Me too.
Oh, it's a real shame that Lord Rodrigue passed away. It really is.
That too. And Fleisch. I think that was the what Randolph called her. Despite the fact that I've been saying Flesche.
But now, I think we're starting to see a sliver of hope for the future of Fodlan.
I have to agree. I really do. And for once, I checked, and there are actually people in the dormitory again. Two, in fact, I think. Oh, Marianne.
I never used to care whether I lived or died.
Yep.
But after seeing so much death firsthand, I now realize how precious life truly is.
Good. Not the death or seeing it firsthand, but recognizing how precious life is.
I'm ashamed of how arrogant I was to think that death could mean so little.
I really love the growth of in Marianne. Largely because I think it's healthy for her. Ah, Felix. Just hanging out in your room? Not training? Nothing?
He'll need to excel as a leader if he's to make up for my old man's death.
Hmm.
Though if my father could see Dimitri now, he'd be glad to have made the sacrifice.
Yeah. I think you're right about that there, Felix.
Don't you dare tell anyone I said that.
Don't worry. I won't. Your secret's safe with me. Maybe you're just honestly acknowledging how your father would feel. And you are correct. I think. Raphael first in line. Wait, no, he's next to the line. Just observing the food.
You know when you work your muscles and they start screaming?
Yeah.
That means you gotta be nice to them.
Oh, yeah. If they're screaming, you're probably treating them a bit too harsh. It should be more like yelling. Or speaking loudly, firmly, but calmly.
If your muscles are hungry, you gotta feed them. And let them rest when they're tired.
Very true. Rest is just as important. Feeding is just as important as the actual working of the muscles. I don't see how you do that. Can you tell how your muscles are feeling?
Of course.
Or you can?
If my muscles hurt, then I hurt. If they're hungry, well, then I'm hungry too.
Well, you're always kind of hungry, Raphael.
What's with the confused face, Professor? You look like you don't get a word I'm saying.
I think I get it. What do we have out here? Random churchgoer?
I've come to deliver vegetables we harvested in the village to the monastery's dining hall.
Well, right there.
Because of the season, I couldn't really pick that much. But I wanted to help you guys out, even just a little bit.
Well, thank you for that. We appreciate it.
We're busily planting seeds, so when things start to grow, I'll be back.
Good. Ooh, all right. Almost done here. Well, we still got the church and the second floor, but still.
Right.
Everyone is congregated in this night hall, it seems.
I don't feel like I can just forget all the awful stuff he's done.
You don't have to forget it. It's important that you don't let him either. He has to make up for it for the rest of his life.
But if His Highness is owning up to his past and trying to move forward, I figure I can give him that chance.
For sure. He deserves a chance to make things right.
We've been friends since we were kids. I'm gonna be there for him all the way to the end.
Good. He's gonna need friends like you.
Professor.
Dimitri.
I really caused trouble for you, didn't I? I am so sorry, truly.
I love this version of you, Dimitri.
I am also eternally grateful to you.
You're welcome.
Now, it's time to go to the kingdom capital. I hope that you will lend me your strength once again.
My strength is your strength, Dimitri.
How is this?
Hate to do. Of course, very close by.
Everyone is saying His Highness is back to his old self, but I do not think that is accurate.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. He's better than crazy Dimitri, but he didn't quite revert back to his cheerful, happy self. Just a sane, kind of damaged but mature version.
What he was until recently is what he had been for as long as I've known him. So tortured by his compassion for the fallen that it had driven him mad.
Mad is an understatement. I mean, it's exactly right, though.
He has always been too kind to be king. He has always felt too much for the weak and the dead.
It's funny to say that. Too kind to be king. But I suppose he's right to an extent. King can't afford to be soft.
That is exactly why I look up
or
to
they
him.
won't be king for long. I like that, though. Listing all those faults. But that is what makes me like him. That's good.
True.
Hey, Leonie.
Dimitri's completely changed. Or maybe I should say he's finally back to normal.
Well, I like to do is saying not quite, but close enough.
Either way, I'm glad he's come around to the idea of retaking Ferdiad.
Me too, Leonie, me too.
With our current troops, there's no way we could handle the Imperial capital. We wouldn't even get past Fort Mercius.
So we are probably going to go back and do Fort Mercius then. We're not skipping it. Probably. That's all of them. can win.
We buried Lord Rodrigue's body ourselves.
Oh, was one of these it? Or would he rather been buried in the kingdom?
There wasn't time to do things properly. It pains me that I was unable to take him home to his territory.
We buried him in the Empire. On site. So he can't even be turned in like a family tomb or anything.
Once this war is over, I'd like to hold a proper funeral for him.
For sure. Absolutely.
For now, we need to focus on taking back Ferdiad.
And we will, Ingrid.
All will be well eventually. I know we can win.
Yeah. Yeah, it might take some time shenanigans, but we will win. Be interesting to see how this differs from when we face Cornelia as Empire. Looks like there's still someone here. Oh, you.
I can still hardly believe we managed to win against numbers like that.
I mean, it's not like it was just us versus two armies. It was a, three-way battle royale.
Oh, unless the real me is lying dead in Grand Prix, this is all just a happy dream.
As you die, as your final gasps of life leave your body. Nah, but I guess it was technically a battle royale, but in the end, we kind of just fought both armies ourselves, one after the other. Oh, hey, Ash. Join the view. God, it's gorgeous.
I was born and raised in Fargus, but I've never actually been to Ferdiad.
No? Never?
Do you think it'll still be cold at this time of year? I can't even imagine.
Papa Lenato never took you? We should prepare for the cold. Maybe we should ask someone. We should prepare for the cold.
You're right. It's an important battle, so let's make sure we're ready for anything.
We should prepare for the cold by asking someone. I guess that doesn't quite make sense. Counselor, would you like to read a note? Ah, Hanneman. I fear I may not be able to achieve my dream within my lifetime. Therefore, I must find a worthy find up a worthy successor. Well, Linhardt's a good choice. Wherever will I locate such a fervent youth? It'll be easier after we build the Officers Academy. Morphis the city. Go Officers Academy. He seems to like that. Especially considering one of the people here is the perfect choice. Hey, Flane. What broke your heart?
Standing face to face with those whom I went to school with.
Oh.
On the field of battle.
Yeah.
How inhuman war is. How horrifying. My heart feels shattered. It is my hope that this war marks the end of such foolish behavior.
Unfortunately, it might bring peace for a time, but with your long life, you'll almost certainly see it again. It's truly unfortunate.
Yes.
And, oh, Dorothea.
So many people died in the battle at Gronder. And here we are, preparing for the next battle as if nothing happened the day before.
And so it goes.
It's almost easier to think about war as theater, with the stage an entire continent.
I mean, we do call it the theater of war. Though actors die, the show goes on.
Something like that. If an accident happens on stage, the next day's performance must be unaffected.
Yep. Which is why you have backups and understudies and
everyone just
things like that,
pretends
right?
Like everything is fine, focusing on their role in the play.
See you around, Dorothea. Henman, just saw your note to the counselor.
There's a school
Guess it was
of
supposed to be
sorcery in
anonymous.
Ferdiad, which is staffed by the top minds of magical research.
Yeah.
The study of crests and sorcery should not be separate.
I mean, they're not the source of magic in this world, are they?
I've often thought I should pay them a visit someday.
So I think they kind of should be separate. At least to some degree.
I never imagined I might end up invading the place with an army, though. Not how I imagined it at all.
Rather, you wished it was an army of scholars or something. Ignatz?
The battle at Gronder Field was gruesome, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. As is expected from a battle royale between 3 large armies.
But perhaps it's irresponsible to look away. To close our eyes to the horrors of war.
That would be irresponsible. I agree.
As survivors, we must ensure that all these lives were not lost in vain. We must see the tragic foundations upon which we'll build our future.
I think I agree.
May an age of peace rise from the ashes, so that all this sacrifice means something.
We will do what we can to build up such an age. But it'll be up to everyone else to keep it. To not our predecessors, the opposite. Our children and their children. To future generations. Eloise, Gilbert, how you two doing?
The Emperor was wounded at Gronder Field. What do you think is going on in the Empire now?
Consolidating, perhaps. Planning what their next move is. Licking their wounds.
The Leicester Alliance has really suffered a blow as well. Who knows what will become of them?
Well, Claude lived at least. And even though he's probably going to end up leaving Fodlan, probably for Almyra again. I'm sure he could rebuild the Alliance if he wanted to.
From now on, we have to pay close attention to how the rest of Fodlan is doing.
But they'll probably end up being absorbed into the kingdom, as these things are wont to do in each of these routes.
I am very grateful to you. I could never have achieved this on my own.
What? Oh, helping Dimitri, defeating the Empire, convincing to go back and save the kingdom.
It is all thanks to you and Lord Rodrigue.
Yeah, I think the Dimitri thing.
This month, we will invade Ferdiad by way of the Fraldarius domain.
The Ferdiad thing. They're kind of related, though.
Leave the negotiations with House Fraldarius to me. You make ready for the actual battle.
I mean, we kind of have the head of House Fraldarius here now.
It's a tricky business, but we are taking our first steps forward. I have a request.
There is a demand for flowers, but we have not yet gathered enough. Would you lend us a hand, Professor? If possible, I would ask for the most beautiful flowers you can find. What are the flowers for? Are they for Graves, or are you gonna give Annette a gift? I'm honestly okay with either. Or both.
Right.
Soldier?
Edelgard. Claude. His Highness.
Yeah?
All the house leaders from way back when assembled again at Gronder. I wonder what their thoughts were as they headed out to the battlefield.
Well, Dimitri's was kill them all. Claude's was... I'm not quite sure. I forget. Edelgard's was also kind of defeat them all, but... I think Claude just wanted to, I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking in this one.
Hey, you.
Hey, Manuela.
Fighting with 3 different groups in the mix was as confusing as it was difficult to survive. Enemies and allies dying, one on top of the other. What an absolute mess, huh?
Yeah.
If only I had my infirmary out in Gronder. Maybe I could have saved a few more lives.
Maybe, but don't beat yourself up about it. Hey, Catherine.
If we're headed to the kingdom capital, that means we're further away from rescuing Lady Rhea.
True. At least directly, but indirectly we're actually closer. Because if we went straight to the to the Empire, we would just end up losing and never rescuing her.
But it can't be helped, can it? Perhaps some people will question this decision, but I trust your judgment.
Thank you, Catherine.
Lady Rhea would want us to help in Ferdiad. She'd scold us if we rescued her and left innocent people suffering.
She very well might. Seth? How you doing?
It seems we are headed for the kingdom capital this month. The Church of Seros stands ready to lend its aid to you and Dimitri.
Good. Considering, you know, Rhea did kind of leave me in charge.
It may be a roundabout route, but I believe this path will still eventually take us to Rhea.
Oh, it will. And despite being roundabout, I think it's still actually the most direct route to success. Keyword there.
Besides, saving the people of Fargus is just what she would want us to do.
Actually, wasn't Fargus the one that she burned down in that one route in Crimson Flower? That might not have been Fargus. Or Ferdiad, I mean. Fargus is the kingdom name. What are you doing on Hilda's, or on Rhea's floor, Hilda? All up here alone?
Ferdiad, huh? I've always wanted to go there.
It is very nice.
But I'd rather be visiting for fun and during a warmer season. And going into battle? Not exactly an appealing prospect.
Well, depending on how many troops I have available, you may or may not be going.
Hey, I'm just teasing. I'll do what I can to help. I'm just so relieved that Dimitri is his old self again.
Oh, you and me both, Hilda. You and me both. Used as an offering for those who died in war. Guess that answers the question about what these flowers are for. The flowers are colorful, but the leaves are sharp as blades. That's kind of cool, if unpleasant.
Eating alone is nice, but I think I prefer eating with a friend.
Aw.
I'm happy to eat alone, but alright.
I agree, Annette. Eating with a friend is nice. Friends or family. Eating with company. Gotta deliver some flowers still. Gilbert, I got some flowers for you.
This month, we will leave the is it tricky?
Lost item. Or gift, rather. Another carnation. Oh, there it is. It's in the middle for some reason.
Thank you.
Top of the flower pack, I guess.
Thank you very much.
His Highness visits the graveyard after every battle and places flowers on the graves of those who have fallen. Though it is hard for him to accept such loss, I believe he wishes to pay them the honor they deserve. It's good. A good step forward for him, for His Highness. And with that, requested resources whose? Alright, well, moving on.
Looks like I did it.
Ooh, so that's what S+ in flying gets you. Flying effect null.
Effort truly does pay off in the end.
That's good.
Ah, no big deal.
Alright, moving on to training.
Could you perhaps
Or, well,
enlighten me
past
on
training,
something?
rather. Sure. I consider it my duty to gift the world with innovations in magic. We kinda knew that. I think I didn't get turned into a toad. Did you explode me? You did something to me. But my designs really have utility in battle. How do I overcome my weakness in this area, in your view? Your innovations don't always need to be useful in combat. Practice is the path to improvement. Keep experimenting. Yeah.
I grasp it so much more perfectly now.
Good.
Professor.
Hey, Caspar. Maybe it's good to focus on one thing, but I can't do it. Since I love the axe and hand-to-hand brawling equally, I just have to hone both and be a war master. Sure? Annette's birthday? Okay, we're going tea party. For sure. Something sweet. Sweet apple blend. Sounds perfect.
Hello there. I'm here for a visit.
We're doing this indoors? Okay.
I love this tea. Is it a favorite of yours as well?
It sounds delicious. I'm just happy you enjoy it, Annette.
Thank you.
Drink some.
It's so good. Okay.
Capable comrades. A place you'd like to visit. Let's go that one. Potential training, a new gambit. I think she probably likes fashion. I mean, just look how she's dressed. Stylish as all hell. First crushes, past laughs. Let's go past laughs. Oh, sweet. We're doing good.
Is back in town. Would you like to go with me sometime?
Absolutely. Nod. I assumed nod was agreement. This means we get to observe her.
I'm at my happiest when I'm digging into a sweet treat.
I know you are. I love her voice actor makes Annette so much cuter. The way she delivers everything.
I try to take good care of myself so that I'm in top form when it's time to act.
Yeah? Good. Look at that smile.
Am I right? What are you thinking?
Just how cute you are. Which might be a little creepy when we're just staring at you like this.
Top form when it's time to. Huh? Wow.
All right, let's call it there. Do I have a gift for you? It's your birthday. I'm giving you I don't know what your favorite flower is. Damn it. How about a violet? Violets are nice. Or a rose? A bit too romantic. A lily. Lilies are nice.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Have a wonderful rest of your birthday, Annette.
Thanks for the treat. It was so yummy.
Glad you enjoyed it. Alright, what do we got? Few things.
I'm finally grasping this.
Oh, good. Probably don't have any room for it on you, but still.
Another gain from mortal risk.
Practice makes perfect.
Alright, we have a tournament to do now. And although he's, has no training in axes at all, I think Dimitri's still probably going to kick the competition's ass. Probably. Yeah, see that? It's his speed and power. His only downfall is he doesn't have the bonus to hit from level 5 axe.
On to the next battle.
Honestly, though, I don't think it matters. He's doing just fine.
I I swear it wasn't it.
Continues to wreck him.
Hate me if you must.
Ooh, the finals already. Yeah, there's a high enough chance of you missing that. I'm more comfortable healing you first. So you can take 3 hits. Way to go, Dimitri. Like I said, I have figured he could wreck the competition. Off to do our thing now. Alright, once more through the week of training. I love bows, of course, but archery alone will never make me an elite mercenary. I mean, it can, for sure. If I want to follow Captain Gerald's example, I need to hone my riding and lance skill. True, if you want to follow Gerald's example, you need those as well. Sure, go ahead. Got a couple.
All the more reason to train diligently.
Ooh, nice.
I think I got it.
Guess
I wish I had the enclosure right now, unlike Ash. Unfortunately, he does not get it. Okay, in the final week, sort of. Hello, Lysithia, how are you doing? Sorcery is my natural talent. It very much is. So it was inevitable that I'd choose to be a warlock. It's not easy, but no need to fear. I will never tire studying reason. I do believe. Give him some flowers, Raphael. St. Macuil Day. He's kind of an ass, but we'll celebrate his day anyways. Forget what we got from him. I think it was a whole hero's relic.
I'll keep my voice down.
Was it Claude's bow?
Don't want people thinking I'm vying for attention.
Music speaks to the heart. It's more powerful than any weapon.
Might speak to the heart, but a bow's gonna pierce that heart.
I will report.
Got a few.
I'll do what I must.
Good. 1-2 punch. Huh.
Now to keep polishing my...
I'll make good use of this.
Yep, still trying to do in fists. And brawling. Alright. Time for a battle. Oh, today... looks like Marianne's coming up next. Followed by Retribution. That'll be fun.